So last week we stopped at external worship. Yeah, where Vasistha was talking about external worship. Yeah. Now we go one step deeper. We go into internal worship. Yeah. So who's going to start reading now? Page 256.
I can do it.
Okay.
The Lord continued, I shall now declare to you the internal worship of the self, which is the greatest among all purifiers and which destroys all darkness completely. This is of the nature of perpetual meditation. Whether one is walking or standing, whether one is awake or asleep, in and through all of one's action, one should contemplate this Supreme Lord who is seated in the heart and who brings about, as it were, all the modifications within oneself. One should worship the Bodha Lingam, the manifest consciousness of self-awareness, which sleeps and wakes up, goes about or stands, touches what is to be touched, abandons what should be abandoned, enjoys and remains at peace in the vital organs in the body. Deha Lingam in the text may also refer to the three lingam associated with the psychic centers. This inner intelligence should be worshipped with whatever comes to one unsought, remaining firmly seated in the stream of life and its experiences. After having bathed in self-knowledge, one should worship this inner intelligence with the materials of self-realization.
Okay. Internal worship. Yeah, you remember we have been speaking a lot about walking meditatively, talking meditatively, yeah, sitting meditatively. Ashtavakra used to keep saying this. Yeah, walk blissfully, talk blissfully. Yeah, whatever action you're doing, do meditatively. What is the meaning of that? First, you have to understand with closed eyes. When you meditate, what happens?
You get to a place of, you connect to silence.
Perfect. You connect to a space of inner silence. Yeah. What is this space of inner silence? Where the mind is not going on and on and on constantly. Just for that fraction of a second also, if I experience that complete silence, that is meditation. The rest of the time is just preparation to meditate. Yeah. And if for a fraction of a second I manage to get into that silence and meditate, and then again I'm back to my talking mind. That's because the mind has still not been trained. So it goes back to its bad habit. Finally I meditated how much? That fraction of a second. Yes. So in real meditation, there is this no mind state where there is no talking. There is no raga, there is no dvesha. Yeah? Absolute silence. Yeah? Now he's telling you that you bring into your everyday life. Yeah? External worship is what? It is perpetual meditation. Perpetual, do you understand? Constantly, moment to moment, devoid of raga or dvesha. Yeah? Devoid of unnecessary of the mind. Yeah? When you can do whatever action you are doing with complete silence here, then you are in perpetual meditation. Got it?
So that cannot happen without the internal meditation first, right? So that's the
Yes. Yes.
from internal to external.
Right.
Or rather the other way around.
Yeah. That's because we are so used to noise outside. My mind has become like that. Now I have to train the mind. Now if I try to train the mind where there is noise outside to be silent, it cannot be silent because there's noise outside. Yeah? That is why we have to go inside first. Close your eyes. Cut off from the noise that is external. Yeah? But the echo of that noise is your thoughts now. That is constantly going on. Yeah? So you have to go so deep within that beyond a point, the echo stops. Where your mind stops talking. That noise of people, situations and things that is outside will go on only for some time. As in when there are thoughts. Yeah? A point comes where even the thoughts drop away. You need to have the patience to go that deep in your meditation. The problem is you sit with this thing, okay, 20 minutes, in 20 minutes I have to meditate. Yeah? It's not possible. Because 20 minutes, you just manage to go down to that level where there is noise. If noise is so much, in 20 minutes I reach here. And again I'm out of the meditation. So I'm back to square one. Next day again I sit to meditate. I go deep. Today 25 minutes. Again I have to get up. Yeah. So I don't go that deep itself. Yeah. So most of you meditated with me a few weeks ago for 1 hour. You noticed after an hour somewhere you touched that little glimpse of silence.
Yeah, actually that's 100% true. So I've had I tried to do 45 minutes to an hour. And if by any chance I meet out or something like that, and I noticed when I woke up, like when I got up from it, and at the 30-minute mark, the mind is just starting to get to a point of silence.
Yes.
It's probably for other people it happened faster. But before that, your mind is still actively working.
Yes. And what is it actively working on? It is the echo of the noise outside. I'm constantly with people, situations and things. And this is noise. This echoes constantly inside. So meditation really, if you want to experience that deep silence, you have to go to an hour. Yeah? So go deep. You will touch a point where the noise or the echo of the noise ends. And that's where you touch silence. Yes? Now that silence, once you have tasted it, you cannot let it go. It's so enjoyable that you really now want that silence. Yes? Then it becomes very easy to bring it into this world. Because now, intellectually you can see that that silence came only after the noise vanished. And who's creating this noise? Oh, I am creating this noise. How am I creating this noise? Constantly with this raga, dvesha, seeking. Either my pendulum is this side or it is this side. I'm just not stable. I'm just not still. And that is my problem. The moment I realize what my problem is, there, it's a special kind of intelligence that comes to you. It's like a spiritual intelligence. You can see very clearly that right now I have this raga coming up. Yes, somebody brings an ice cream, your chocolate candy or whatever. Beautiful woman, handsome man, whatever your chocolate candy is. And you can observe, oh, my raga is trying to kick in. Oh, I can experience that element. I know now what is going to happen. This is going to create noise, and it goes off. It drops off. You don't have to drop it. Automatically seeking stops. Yeah, you remember we had this long discussion on seeking about 100 pages ago. Yeah. Constantly the mind is seeking, and that seeking, grabbing, grasping, that is the noise of the mind. The moment you experience this silence within, you cannot let it go. Yeah? It's like you have tasted blood. Now there's no going back. There's no looking back. Yeah? Now that is something that you will settle for. Nothing less than that will work. Yeah? When that happens, no, then automatically this craving for money, friends, love, sex, this, that, relationships, situations, oh, somebody pat my back, somebody appreciate me, somebody don't criticize me, blah, 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 all this drops off. This is all seeking. Yeah? So, recognize what is he calling worship really? You're going in front of the idol and doing that aarti and the flowers and fruit is not worship, he says. He's very clear about it. Yeah? He's very, very clear that the first level of worship happens when I meditate with my eyes closed. Yeah? And the deepest level of worship happens when I can bring that silence into my everyday life. That is perpetual meditation. Clear? Perpetual meditation is equal to internal worship. Yes? I shall now declare to you the internal worship of the self, which is the greatest among all purifiers and which destroys all darkness completely. Yeah? This is of the nature of perpetual meditation. Whether one is walking or standing, whether one is asleep or awake, in and through all of one's actions, one should contemplate this Supreme Lord who is seated in the heart and who brings about, as it were, all the modifications within oneself. So what is the meaning of this Supreme Lord? Again, I start imagining a Ganesha or a Devi or somebody sitting inside my heart and my lotus. Like, no imagination here. The Lord is that silence that you experience in the meditation. Yeah? When you go down to the bottom, you cross the level of the noise and you hit the silence. That silence is the Lord. And He is hidden in that heart. Got it? One should worship the Bodha Lingam. What is Bodha Lingam? There are 3 types of lingam. Deha Lingam, Mano Lingam and Bodha Lingam. What is Deha? Body. Yeah. What is Mano? Mind. And what is Bodha?
Intellect.
The one who knows the body and mind. Who knows the body and mind?
Consciousness. The self.
Yeah, the self, the consciousness. Yeah. This is just a different style of putting the 3 bodies. The physical body, the subtle body and the causal body. Yeah. So we've already learnt this many times before. Yeah. So Deha Lingam, Mano Lingam and Bodha Lingam. Which is the highest? The Bodha Lingam. Yeah? Bodhalingam is the consciousness. It is all knowingness. That is why it is called Bodha. Yeah? All intelligence, all knowingness is Bodhalingam. Lingam, why Linga? The consciousness has a root, a beginning, yeah, or it has an important part, yeah. So in another way, Linga also means part, yeah, or a leg. Yeah? So this consciousness has important parts or important legs. Yeah? So that is why Lingam. So Deha Lingam is that essential part of consciousness which gives birth to form, which is nothing but the Prakriti. Yeah? Manolingam is that part of consciousness which gives birth to that mind or that intelligence, yeah, that is governing all the Prakriti. Yeah? That helps the Prakriti learn and live. Yeah? And also gives Prakriti free will. That is Manolingam. Bodhalingam is that consciousness, the soul that is actually driving both this Deha and Manolingam. Yeah? Yeah? That is why they are called Lingam. So now let's look at what is he talking about, Bodhalingam. One should worship the Bodhalingam, the manifest consciousness or self-awareness, which sleeps and wakes up, goes about or stands, touches what is to be touched, abandons what should be abandoned, enjoys and abandons pleasures, engages in varied external activities, lends value to all actions, and remains at peace in the vital organs in the body, which is Dehalingam. Yeah? So, very clearly he is saying, who should you worship? The consciousness. Very simply put, he is saying worship the consciousness. Because even if you see the body walking, talking, smiling, doing actions, what is really doing all that? The consciousness. Yeah, your car cannot get out of the garage and start driving in your neighborhood on its own. It requires you. Yes, just like that. That which propels this body-mind complex is the Bodhalingam, the consciousness. That which drives this body-mind complex. This inner intelligence should be worshipped with whatever comes to one unsought. Very important sentence. Where did you hear this same sentence before? When we did seeking, yeah? When he spoke about dropping the tendency of seeking for this, seeking for that. Mind is constantly seeking, no? When you're constantly seeking, you are lost either in raga or in dvesha. When I'm in raga or dvesha, I am not equanimous. When I am not equanimous, my mind cannot be still. It's impossible. So obviously, when my mind is not still, I cannot be in perpetual meditation. Hence, it is not worship. Yeah, I just did the process of elimination. Yeah, you go backwards. Yeah. To be able to worship, I need to be in perpetual meditation. To be able to be in perpetual meditation, I need a still mind. Stillness can come only from equanimity. Yes, equanimity means no raga and no dvesha. Simply means non-seeking. Yeah. So, drop this seeking, he is saying. You just be with that which comes to you unsought. Unsought, where I have not sought for it. It has just come my way. Yes, this is one of the biggest challenges for us, no? Constantly the mind is seeking, I want this, I want that. Even if you're just sitting in the house and not doing much activity on a weekend, there also the mind is seeking. Oh, I want to do something now. It's the weekend. Oh, I have to enjoy my weekend. Yeah? How can I just do nothing or just be? Oh, I have to watch TV. Oh, I have to get this. Seeking, constant seeking. The mind does not like to be with that which comes unsought, because it feels, then what am I doing? What great thing have I done in life? Yeah, the mind wants to do. It sees some power in doing. Yeah, Vasistha is saying, drop this thirst for doing. Just be. If something comes my way, I didn't go seeking for it. It just came. Yes, I have to respond to this. I respond and I'm done. Yes, that is internal worship. Just being with what is, not seeking. Remaining firmly seated in the stream of life and its experiences after having bathed in self-knowledge, one should worship this inner intelligence with the materials of self-realization. Yeah? Whatever life is bringing, all the experiences that are coming my way, how should I go through them? With self-knowledge. That's how I go through everything. Then only can I worship this inner intelligence. There is otherwise no worship. And what is self-knowledge here? Yeah? Non-seeking, being equanimous and attaining that stillness. Yeah? I can never attain that stillness without being equanimous. Without dropping raga and dvesha, I will never be able to even touch the surface of stillness. Clear? That's why many people ask, no? So many years I've been meditating, so many Sudarshan Kriyas I have done till today. Why am I not going deep? This is the problem. Yeah? I am continuously with the noise outside and I take that noise inside in meditation. I am not going beyond that level of noise to that silence. Why? It is again the tendency of the mind to do. If I am not getting up and doing something, I want to sit, close my eyes and do. Inside I am doing. Yeah? That is the tendency of the mind. Recognize this tendency if you have it. Yeah? That's your homework number 1. Recognize this tendency. Some people are lazy, huh? Lazy people can say, oh no, I am very lazy, I don't like to do. Notice that even if you might be lazy physically, in the mind, are you really lazy? Attaining the laziness of the mind is the highest attainment. Yeah, so I'm actually teaching you, become lazy as possible. So lazy that you don't even move a finger in the mind. Be lazy. That's your homework number 2. How lazy can you be? They compete with yourself. Yeah? Let's see, I will just not do anything. Oh, I will not think. Who's going to think? So much burden. My God, a thought. Who's going to think? I won't even think. So compete with your own previous laziness. Can I become lazier than before? Okay? We'll read ahead now. Who's going to read?
One should contemplate the Lord in the following manner. He is the light, illumined by the solar force as well as the lunar force. His is the intelligence that eternally lies hidden in all material substances. He is the extrovert awareness that flows through the bodily avenues onto the external world. He is the prana that moves in one's face, nose. He transforms contacts of the senses into meaningful experiences. He rides the chariot composed of prana and apana. He dwells in secret in the cave of one's heart. He is the knower of the knowable and the doer of all actions, the experiencer of all experiences, the thinker of all thoughts. It is he who knows all parts or limbs thoroughly, who is recognized by being and non-being, and who illumines all experiences. Should I continue?
Yeah.
He is without parts, but he is the all. He dwells in the body, but he is omnipresent. He enjoys and does not enjoy. He is the intelligence in every limb. He is the thinking faculty in the mind. He rises in the middle of prana and apana. He dwells in the heart, in the throat, in the middle of the palate, the middle of the eyebrows, and at the tip of the nose. He is the reality in all the 36 elements or metaphysical categories. He transcends the internal states. He is the one who produces the internal sounds, and he brings into being the bird known as mind. He is the reality in what is described as imagination and non-imagination. He dwells in all beings as oil dwells in the seed. He dwells in the heart lotus, and again he dwells throughout the body. He shines as pure consciousness. He is immediately seen everywhere, for he is the pure experiencing in all experiences, and apparently polarizes himself when apprehending the objects of such experiences.
It's very beautifully described the Lord or the Brahman consciousness. Yeah? How one has to contemplate him. Yeah? First of all, even before going into this, do you see the consciousness in everyone and everything yet? At least when you are walking, talking, has that realization started happening? There is this Purusha that is really observing this body walk right now and talk and move the hand. Now, has that become constant? At least few seconds in a day it comes up? Good. Start working on it a little bit. Yeah? If it's not happening, start observing. Yes? It's only because your awareness level is low and you are not making an effort. That's it. Intention is not sufficient. Yeah? Effort is required. These are two different things. Oh, I have all good intentions. Yes. I am going to do it from tomorrow. But I don't make an effort. I just sit on the couch. Is something going to happen? No. Yeah? With an intention, I need effort also. Both are required. Yes? So, an effort needs to be made moment to moment during the day to be aware. Are you aware now? How you are sitting, how your hand is, yeah? Where is your leg? Yeah? Is your weight completely on your seat? If you are aware, your weight is either more on the right side of the body or more on the left side of the body. Correct? Yeah? Were you aware before I told you that? Even being aware, oh, right now I'm just standing on my right leg, or all my weight is totally on the right side of the body and I'm just not on the left side of the body. Even that awareness, how I'm sitting, how my body posture is, that is awareness. What am I saying? Every single word that leaves these lips should go through a filter of awareness. Then you'll never regret and hit yourself and say, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, those are very filmy most of the times. Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. How did that happen? Why? Because the filter of self-awareness is missing. I have not made an effort enough to be aware moment to moment to moment. Yeah? It's okay. No blaming yourself for the past. Now begin. Yes? Every moment be aware. When I become sharper and sharper and sharper in my awareness, what starts happening? I keep recognizing, oh, this body is just functioning because of the elements. I can just see the Purusha which is driving the body. Yeah, and that is constant. Constantly you're aware of the self. Constantly you're aware of the Purusha. Yes, that is the meaning of worship. It's as simple as that. You don't have to go to any mandir or masjid, and you don't have to decorate any idols. You don't have to do any major pujas and yajnas. Very simple. Constant awareness of the seer. Who is seeing right now? Yes? Ekta is just the object of the sight. Your eyes are just the medium to see. But who is seeing? Being aware of that seer constantly, moment to moment, is equal to contemplating the Lord. That is worship. That is what he is saying in these two paragraphs. One should worship the Lord in the following manner. He is the light illumined by the solar force as well as the lunar force. The moon shines only as a reflection of the sunlight. You know this, right? Yeah. So moonlight is nothing but sunlight. Really, really. What is sunlight? Where does it get its light from? The fire element. Yes. Fire element is nothing but Prakriti. What did Prakriti come out from? Purusha. The Purusha. Yes. Yes. The Brahman consciousness is at the core of everything that I see. So whether it is the solar force or the lunar force, what is the energy behind it? The Brahman consciousness. The same logic you can apply to everything else. His is the intelligence that eternally lies hidden in all material substances. He is the extrovert awareness that flows through the bodily avenues onto the external world. Yeah. Bodily avenues is nothing but all Prakriti. Yeah. All the Prakriti in this world is moved or run by that hidden Purusha, yeah, that awareness which runs through that bodily avenues into this material world. He is the prana that moves in one's face or nose. He transforms contacts of the senses into meaningful experiences. Yeah, very simple. If this body dies right now, even if the eyes remain open, they cannot see. So what really gives meaningful experience of this sight, this organ of sight, and the experience of observing this computer? It is the consciousness which is making it meaningful. Yeah? The Purusha or the self that is making it meaningful. He rides the chariot composed of prana and apana. He dwells in secret in the cave of one's heart. This is not the physical heart. You remember we have done this before. It is the causal heart. Yeah, your causal body has the second heart, yeah, which we've done in Kathopanishad before. So that is where he dwells, the consciousness dwells. He is the knower of the knowable and the doer of all actions. Yes, when the consciousness is the doer, he is the experiencer of all experiences. He does everything, he knows everything. That consciousness is everything, not this little I called Ekta. Yes, I am not the doer, I am not the experiencer. Yes, everything is the consciousness. The consciousness is doing everything. The action it is doing is also the consciousness, and that which is done is also the consciousness. It is all the consciousness. Yes, so where am I? There is no I. This recognition that there is no I called Ekta, when this I drops off, this ego that I am carrying drops off, and only that recognition of the all-pervading Brahman consciousness remains. That is worship, he's saying. And he is the thinker of all thoughts. It is he who knows all parts or limbs thoroughly, who is recognized by being and non-being, and who illumines all experiences. Again, illumines all experiences, makes them meaningful. Same thing. He is without parts, but he is the all. He dwells in the body, but he is omnipresent. He enjoys and does not enjoy. He is the intelligence in every limb. He is the thinking faculty in the mind. He rises in the middle of prana and apana. What is there in the middle of prana and apana?
Kumbhaka.
Kumbhaka. The gap. The gap is also called Kumbhakam, those who remember. In that gap, in that silence, there is no mind. Yes, when there is no mind, there is just the pure consciousness. He dwells in the heart, in the throat, in the middle of the palate, the middle of the eyebrows, and the tip of the nose. He's basically everywhere. He is the reality in all the 36 elements or metaphysical categories. What are the 36 elements? What is he talking about? 8th standard chemistry. How many elements are there in the periodic table?
Well, it's supposed to be 108.
118. 118 elements in the periodic table. The most important are 36, the first 36 elements.
Okay.
After the first 36, the rest are all a combination, a permutation and combination of the first 36. Remember? The first 36 elements are the most important in the periodic table. We studied this. They are the main core elements, the main combination of earth, water, fire, air. When they combine, the first products, the first different kinds of products are those 36 elements. And then the 36 elements then divide, and then there is a combination of some, there is a division of some, and then there are the rest. But the first 36 are the main. Clear? So he is saying that he is the reality in all the 36 elements. Or metaphysical categories. He transcends the internal states. What are the internal states? What is the internal state of fire? Heat, warmth. What is the internal state of water? The liquidy, the flowing form.
Flowingness.
Are you getting it? These are all internal states of the 4 main elements that interact with each other. So he transcends these. He transcends these states. He is the one who produces the internal sounds. What is an internal sound now? What do you hear in your deepest meditation?
Silence, the sound of silence.
Yeah, what is the sound of silence?
The
Om, that reverberation of Om. You don't really hear the word Om. Yeah, it is akin to Om, similar to Om. Yeah, the vibration is like that of Om. That is an internal sound. And he brings into being the bird known as mind. Yes, the mind also came out from the consciousness. He is the reality in what is described as imagination and non-imagination. He dwells in all beings as oil dwells in the seed. He dwells in the heart lotus, and again he dwells throughout the body. That is really amazing, na? He's in the causal body, in the heart of the causal body, and still he is throughout the physical body. It's like in your car, the fuel sits in the fuel tank. Yes, but when the car is moving, it's moving only based on really your fuel. The moment the fuel is gone, the car stops. Right? So the fuel is only in the fuel tank, but really the entire car moves because of the fuel. Yeah? It's amazing, no? Yeah? Just like that, akin to this example is the consciousness that is living inside that heart of the causal body, and still it moves the entire physical body. He shines as pure consciousness. He is immediately seen everywhere, for he is the pure experiencing in all experiences, and apparently polarizes himself when apprehending the objects of such experiences. Polarizing, either I like or I dislike. Yeah, I experience something, I like it or I dislike it. What gives me this energy to even like something or dislike something? That consciousness only, na? Yeah. Come on, let's blame the consciousness. Consciousness responsible for raga and dvesha. I did not do anything. Yeah. So then if I am not the doer, I am not the experiencer even. Yeah? So if something bad happens because of my choices of raga and dvesha, I am not experiencing that dukkha which comes from it. Right? Yeah? That is why Guruji keeps saying, yeah, you cannot say I am not the doer only. The other part, I am not the experiencer, comes along with it. Otherwise, you are very smart. Oh, I didn't do anything. You tell the policeman, oh, I am a good person today. I must have broken the signal, 2 months ago. But today I am a changed person. I am not the doer. So he gives you a ticket and you have to pay the fine. Yeah, then you can't say, oh, I am experiencing this dukkha of paying the fine. I am not the experiencer even. So a lot of Vasistha and Ashtavakra go hand in hand. Yeah. The next page also continues a little bit with contemplation. Who wants to read 257?
I can read it. One should contemplate that the Lord is the intelligence in the body. The various functions and faculties in the body serve that intelligence as consorts serve their Lord. The mind is a messenger who brings and presents to the Lord the knowledge of the three worlds. The two fundamental energies, viz. The energy of wisdom, Jnana Shakti, and the energy of action, Kriya Shakti, are the consorts of the Lord. Diverse aspects of knowledge are his ornaments. The organs of action are the gates through which the Lord enters the outside world. I am that infinite self which is indivisible. I remain full and infinite, thus the intelligence dwells in the body. He who contemplates in this manner is equanimity itself. The behavior is equanimous, guided by equal vision. He has reached the state of natural goodness and inner purity, and he is beautiful in every aspect of his being. He worships the Lord, who is the intelligence that pervades his entire body. This worship is performed day and night perpetually with the objects that are effortlessly obtained and are offered to the Lord with the mind firmly established in equanimity and in the right spirit. For the Lord is consciousness and cares only for the right spirit. The Lord should be worshipped with everything that is obtained without effort. One should never make the least effort to attain that which one does not possess. The Lord should be worshipped by means of all the enjoyments that the body enjoys through eating, drinking, being with one's consort, and such other pleasures. The Lord should be worshipped with the illnesses one experiences and with every sort of unhappiness or suffering one experiences. The Lord should be worshipped with all of one's activities, including life and death and all of one's dreams. The Lord should be worshipped with one's poverty and prosperity. The Lord should be worshipped even with fights and quarrels, as well as with sports and other pastimes, and even with the manifestations of the emotions of attraction and aversion. The Lord should be adored with the noble qualities of a pious heart, friendship, compassion, joy, and indifference. The Lord should be worshipped with all kinds of pleasures that are granted to one unsought, whether those pleasures are sanctioned by the scriptures, etc., or forbidden by them. The Lord should be worshipped with those that are regarded as desirable and others that are regarded as undesirable, with those that are considered appropriate and others that are considered inappropriate. For this worship, one should abandon what is lost and one should accept and receive what has been obtained without effort.
Okay. Now he continues. This is really revolutionary, I should say. He's taking you one step deeper into knowledge now. We'll come to it. What is it that he's taking us deeper into? One should contemplate that the Lord is the intelligence in the body. The various functions and faculties in the body serve that intelligence as consorts serve their Lord. Yeah? A consort is like a life partner, a spouse, your better half. Yeah? How one partner serves the other partner in total love, total surrender. Like that, this body-mind complex is serving that consciousness, that Purusha, that self. Got it? The Dehalingam and the Manolingam are actually worshipping or serving the Bodhalingam. The mind is the messenger who brings and presents to the Lord the knowledge of the three worlds. Yeah? You were lost in this Maya. Yeah? Let's go back to the pool of consciousness. You came out of the pool of consciousness, you got lost in the Maya, you got lost in I, took several lifetimes, different bodies, different yonis to reach this human body. Yeah, so you were lost in the Maya. When I was lost in this Maya and this samsara, what happened? I could not really comprehend the importance of going back to the pool of consciousness. What helped me? The same mind that is lost in people, situations and things, the same mind got attracted to scriptures. The same mind got attracted to spiritual knowledge. Got it? That's how it is serving the consciousness. It went through its karma. It had lots of bad karma. It went through that karma. So it's like payback. No, it paid back going through so many yonis. That payback has been done. So it has actually served the consciousness, the Brahman consciousness, and brought me to a higher level. So look at it like that. The two fundamental energies, that is the Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, are consorts of the Lord. Yeah, this knowledge that I am gaining and my intelligence that is becoming stronger with the knowledge of Jnana, This entire Shakti which is making this happen, this process happen, that is a consort of the Lord. Yeah, it is wedded to the Lord or the Brahman consciousness. Same Kriya Shakti. Why? Because all my actions are a payback for all the different yonis that I took and all the karmas that I created in those yonis. So now this Kriya Shakti and Jnana Shakti are like the good consorts of the Lord. Yeah? Initially I must have done a lot of negative karma. Yes, but now sometimes it happens where you change in life as you grow and you mature. And you were not such a good husband or a good wife, and then now you've matured through your experience in marriage and become a good husband or a good wife. Like that only, my Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti were bad spouses. Yeah. Now, through these years of marriage, they've become good. Yeah, they've started moving towards spirituality. Thus, they are helping or serving the consciousness now, the Brahman consciousness. Diverse aspects of knowledge are his ornaments. The organs of action are the gates through which the Lord enters the outside world. I am that infinite self which is indivisible. I remain full and infinite. Thus, the intelligence dwells in the body. Yeah. Through these eyes, ears, nose and ears, through all these five senses, the consciousness went out. Initially, in the first few lifetimes, I got trapped in the Maya, got trapped in the samsara, in the external world. Slowly, I have started withdrawing and going within. Yeah. So first when I was trapped, I was lost in the external world. Now that I have started going within, I have realized I am that infinite self. Yeah. I am indivisible and I remain full and infinite. Yeah. He who contemplates in this manner, if you recognize this all the time, if my eyes are going and looking at that gulab jam and my mouth starts watering, it is nothing but the consciousness going to the gulab jam. Right now it is lost in the maya of that gulab jam. Yeah? But I am nothing but that infinite self. The moment this recognition comes, despite this, getting lost in the maya, this recognition itself is contemplation. Yeah? Then you look at the gulab jam and it's okay if I get it, it's okay if I don't get it. The moment that equanimity sets in, yeah, that is worship. Got it? So he who contemplates in this manner is equanimity itself. His behavior is equanimous, guided by equal vision. I give you an example of gulab jam. You can put whatever your gulab jam is in life. Yeah, it could be a person, it could be a situation you're craving for, it could be a thing, it could be something that you don't want also. Yeah? So you check, where do you lose your equanimity? Homework number 4, I think. Where do I lose my equanimity? Is it with this person? It could be with number of persons. It could be with the boss. It could be in a meeting, maybe in a presentation. You have to come up and present something. Finish, all equanimity lost. All sensations coming up in the body. Oh my God, I'm going to make a mistake. What if I say something wrong? Oh, what if I don't pronounce this word correctly? What has started happening? I have lost that equanimity. Inside I'm boiling. Yeah, when you're equanimous, you'll feel a sense of peace, a calmness continuously. Right now observe, are you feeling calm inside? Is it settled? Yeah? You observe. If you're not settled, what is the reason for my lack of equanimity right now? I'm not even doing anything. I'm just listening to knowledge. If there is no equanimity in the mind, what is it? What is the root cause? What is the problem? Yeah? You observe what takes your equanimity away, even in this kind of a sattvic environment. Then it will be very easy when you are suddenly pulled into a rajasic or a tamasic environment. Yeah? Start here where it is easy. Start recognizing, oh, these are the loose ends really in my personality. This is where I really need to pull my socks up now. Yeah? It will obviously be some raga or dvesha. There is no other answer. It has to be either a raga or a dvesha. Just recognize, what is it? What is my issue? He has reached the state of natural goodness and inner purity, and he is beautiful in every aspect of his being. It's a description of somebody who has attained equanimity. Yeah? Today we had a new volunteer join our knowledge sessions group. What is her name? Samata. I was like, wow, what a beautiful name. Samata is equanimity. How is a person who is always equanimous? He's not, strayed by either raga or dvesha. He's always in the middle path. Buddha called it the middle path. People misunderstood. Middle path, okay, I don't do this extreme and I don't do this extreme. I compromise. Middle path is not compromise. Middle path is absolute equanimity, where I'm not tempted by this or I'm not tempted by that. I'm not stuck with right, I'm not stuck with wrong. Yeah? Not even right and wrong. Forget I like and I dislike. Understandable. Yeah? We get stuck with right, na? Oh, this is right. I have to do what is right. Buddha said no. There also you have lost your equanimity. You don't get stuck to right. You be so equanimous that right gets stuck to you. You be in the center. You just be with what is. That is equanimity. Yeah? Nothing should be able to shake you. Yeah? So obviously such an equanimous person, he will be exuding beauty. He will be exuding peace. Yeah? There is natural goodness in him. And there is inner purity. He's really beautiful in every aspect. He worships the Lord, who is the intelligence that pervades his entire body. Yeah? The worship is performed day and night perpetually, with the objects that are effortlessly obtained and are offered to the Lord with a mind firmly established in equanimity and in the right spirit. For the Lord is consciousness and cares only for the right spirit. Yeah. You'll say, oh, right spirit means no wrong spirit. Told you, be so equanimous that the right gets attracted to you. You don't keep fighting for what is right or wrong. Yeah. There should not be a dvandva in the mind. The moment I hold on to one extreme, I am against the other. So automatically there is a raga and dvesha. Yeah, he's saying drop both. Open your fists completely. What is. Okay, it's bad, no? Okay, it is bad. Being equanimous with the bad. Yeah, it is good. Being equanimous with the good. This is samatha. Yeah? Not struggling to change what is. Not struggling in the mind to make it different than what it is right now. Even if it is a horrible situation, intolerable situation for me. Just being with it. What do? when it's an intolerable situation? Now I need to run. Now I need to get out of this. I have to get out of this by hook or by crook. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's a financial situation, whatever comes my way. I am struggling in the mind. I'm fighting to get out of it. This has become a habit pattern. Yeah? So when you come onto the spiritual path, now you start experiencing dispassion, which is such a beautiful milestone. Now you want to get out of that also. You see, it's just that habit pattern. Anything that is making me restless, I need to get out of it. Wrong idea. Absolutely wrong. Then you will not be able to walk on the spiritual path. The only thing that works is equanimity. Okay, this is horrible, no? It's okay. It has come to me definitely because of my past karma. I have attracted it. I will go through this. I will not run. No seeking. Even wanting it to be other than what it is right now is seeking. Correct? Non-seeking. Just be with what has come to me unsought. I didn't ask for this horrible situation. It came to me unsought. Yeah? I will just be with it. I will not resist it. Requires a lot of courage. Yeah? You observe, is there a situation in your life, homework number 5? Are you in any kind of situation at any front? Work, family, friends, social circle, art of living, anywhere where it's really not very comfortable right now? Yeah? Can you just be with it? Be equanimous. I will not struggle to get out of this. Can I just be? And how does this worship have to be performed? Day and night, perpetually. Yeah? I was with it for 5-10 minutes in the day. Sufficient. Done. Worship over. No. Day and night and day and night and day and night. Perpetually. With the objects that are effortlessly obtained. Whatever it is, it's the most difficult situation. Effortlessly it has come to me. I did not ask for this dukkha in my life. Yeah, it has come to me. I offer it to the Lord with a mind firmly established in equanimity and in the right spirit. Offer it to the Lord. That consciousness, that Purusha within, yes, that is the Lord. Yeah? Let that take care of it. That has only brought it. And it has come because of my karma only. I only attracted it. Yeah? Be very, very clear about this. The Lord should be worshipped with everything that is obtained without effort. One should never make the least effort to attain that which one does not possess. Highlight. Very important. This is. Yeah. Vasistha is giving you homework that you should not make even the least effort to attain that which you do not possess. Why?
Seeking.
It is seeking, and then again I create a raga in my mind. Yes, I start a feverishness. That feverishness creates a big fire, and that creates nothing but an impression in the sand. That impression is going to become bigger and bigger with more seeking for it. And one day it will come to me. Yeah? So you will think, okay, great, I will think about $1 million house and one day it will come to me. That's not the way it works. Yeah? You will keep thinking about the $1 million house, the $1 million house, the $1 million house. Same time you are thinking about a friend you don't like, and $1 million house. One day that friend gets the $1 million house. You see that? It didn't come to me. I attracted it. but I attracted it in the wrong way. Yes, I do not understand how karma works. Yes, this only increases my own dukkha more and more and more. Yes, and I'm trapped in the cycle of birth and death even more. Yeah? So recognize this. Homework number 5, I think. 6. One should never make the least effort to attain that which one does not possess. Always remember, that which has to come to you will come to you. That what you deserve will 100% come to you. Have this faith and just be equanimous. Yeah? Just be equanimous. It has to come to you. When you live in that faith, then everything that comes to you surprises you. Oh wow, this is so great. Oh great. Oh awesome. Why? Because I didn't have a seeking in the mind, right? When I have that seeking, craving in the mind, even when I get that thing, that pleasure is like for 5 minutes. Oh, okay. Great, I got it. Yeah? There's nothing great in that. That happiness is not even long lasting. Right? Because I had a constant seeking. Clear?
You had that. In one of your blogs, you talked about living life professionally, personal, and so when I'm thinking about that in this, so say in your script, the practical thing is that you need, say, a job locally. So even that is seeking, or is it that it's the whole thing about do the action and don't think about the karma phalam, right?
Now listen. Why am I looking for a job locally? I have a job. Not that I don't have a job. Oh, it's inconvenient. Oh, I have to travel. Oh, this. Oh, that. This. Oh, is the dvesha. Out of my dvesha, that which I am looking for is seeking. Yeah? Behind seeking, there is always hidden raga or dvesha. Yes? Now, another situation where I lost my job, I was fired, or I was laid off, or my company shut down. Whatever reason, I lost my job. Obviously, I have to bring bread to the table. Yeah, my job is to take care of my family. Immediately, I start looking for a job. This is not seeking. Same action. Are you seeing this? Exactly same action. Looking for a new job. But here I have either a raga or dvesha that is compelling me to do this. And here it is just spontaneous, out of what just came into my lap. Yeah, otherwise you'll sit on the couch and say, no, job has to come. Somebody has to knock on my door. Mr. IBM has to knock on my door and give me a job, or Mr. Accenture has to knock on my door. It's not happening. Yes? Do you get it? The only way to differentiate between is this seeking or is this not seeking is to recognize the hidden raga or dvesha behind it. Has this come out of a situation which has naturally come into my life, or has this come out of some raga or dvesha?
I think that's the key. What naturally comes to your life versus you trying to propel a change in your life.
Perfect. Yes. Naturally, then that. The other way to recognize it is if I have a thought comes from a sensation. Thought always comes from a sensation. I like something or I dislike something brings a thought of seeking. I'm talking about a thought of seeking for something. Yeah. So if I have a sensation, I look at some person and I dislike that person. Already have a history with this person. Immediately what happens inside? fire element. Yeah, that fire element gives me a not so pleasant feeling. The not so pleasant feeling leads to a thought which says, oh, I don't want to be in the company of this person. Get out of here, walk out, do something, make an excuse, something. You getting a phone call, or you have to make a phone call. You see, it's a seeking. Seeking came from aversion. If you cannot recognize the aversion, look at your sensation. The key is in the sensations. When I look at the sensation, I know, oh, this is a sensation of fire. It is an aversion. Yeah? It will help you recognize, oh, this seeking came from a dvesha, or this seeking came from a raga. Even when there is an ambition and I want to achieve something, attain something, I'm ambitious about something, it is still fire element. It will help you recognize, oh, this raga, oh, I can experience the fire in my belly, or I really want this, I'm dying, I'm lusting behind this money or this job or whatever it is. Yeah? The key is the sensation. Recognize the sensation, you will know if there's a raga or dvesha behind. The Lord should be worshipped by means of all the enjoyments that the body enjoys, through eating, drinking, being with one's consort, and such other pleasures. This is very important. People think I have to give up my married life, I have to give up my family, I cannot be in the grahastha ashram, yeah, and be able to worship the Lord. That's a wrong understanding. Yeah, I can be in perpetual meditation even if I'm married, if I have children, if I have a family, if I'm taking care of everything, whether I'm making money, doing business, whatever it is. Yeah? How do? You worship. You go through all these experiences and enjoyments. Yeah? Whether the body is eating, drinking, or you are with your consort. All these pleasures. Yeah? While going through these pleasures, where is the attention? On the Purusha, the self, the seer. Yes, that constant contemplation. Oh, it is that Purusha, that self which is enjoying this. It is that Purusha that is reading this. Yeah, you're eating a gulab jam, oh, it is the Purusha that is enjoying. Constant contemplation, constant recognition of that consciousness. Got it? Even if you are with your consort or life partner. Yeah? That constant recognition, oh, it is that consciousness which is enjoying this closeness. Yeah? That contemplation itself, constantly when you can connect with that silence within, you are in perpetual meditation. That is worship. The Lord should be worshipped with the illnesses one experiences and with every sort of unhappiness or suffering one experiences. Yeah, so if there is a dukkha in your life, you are unhappy about something, yeah, there also if I am equanimous, there also there is this contemplation that it is the consciousness experiencing this dukkha. Yeah, that is worship. Then I can maintain an equanimity and not hate my situation that is right now. That equanimity is itself worship. The Lord should be worshipped with all of one's activities, including life and death, and all of one's dreams. The Lord should be worshipped with one's poverty and prosperity. The Lord should be worshipped even with fights and quarrels, yeah, with sports and other pastimes and manifestations of the emotions of attraction and aversion. So beautiful, no? This is like so beautiful. You be equanimous in every situation, whether you are playing a sport or doing a pastime, or you are surrounded by dukkha in life and a horrible situation, you be equanimous. Your equanimity, you're not tending to raga and dvesha is equanimity, huh? You're being in the center and just being in that stillness and recognizing this consciousness is experiencing everything. That is worship. The Lord should be adored with the noble qualities of a pious heart, friendship, compassion, joy, and indifference. Everything is good, huh? Pious heart, friendship, compassion, joy, indifference. What is indifference?
The key to equanimity.
Exactly. Yes. Where I don't get attached either to that which is fantastic, great in life, and I don't get averse to that which is horrible in life. I'm indifferent to this also and indifferent to this also. I am in the center. Yeah, that is the key to equanimity, key to samatha. The Lord should be worshipped with all kinds of pleasures that are granted to one unsought, whether those pleasures are sanctioned by the scriptures or forbidden by them. Yes, what does this mean? This is the revolutionary part. Whose scriptures say I should not do this, a particular this in your head, that this is forbidden by the scriptures. Now Vasistha is saying worship with that also which is forbidden. Yeah, but that does not mean tonight only you go to the disco and start drinking and dancing and doing all kinds of things on the table. No, no, no. He's saying that which comes to you unsought. That is the key word. If it is unsought and I still land up in a situation where I have to do something, yeah, which is forbidden by the scriptures, how will I do it? Equanimity. Yeah, that is worship. The Lord should be worshipped with those that are regarded as desirable and others that are regarded as undesirable, with those that are considered appropriate and others that are considered inappropriate. For this worship, one should abandon what is lost and one should accept and receive what has been obtained without effort. Yeah? So drop that, oh, I like this, so I should get this. That is desirable. Undesirable is that which I am averse to. Drop this raga and dvesha. Drop, this is right and this is wrong. Appropriate and inappropriate. In my head, I have concepts of right and wrong, good and bad. Oh, this is good. According to the scriptures, this is good. And according to the scriptures, this is bad. Then you land up in a duvidha when something happens unsought. I didn't ask for this bad thing to happen, but I have landed up in this situation. That could happen because of your past karmas. Yeah? And that's where you could lose your equanimity. He says, even in that situation, you be equanimous. Yes, because it came to you unsought. This is the revolutionary thing today. The same thing happened with Buddha. Buddha said, I will take the middle path. Yes? No ragas, no dveshas. No right, no wrong. Which means no God and no devil also. So then somebody asked him, is there a God? People don't ask about the devil really. And when he was asked, is there a God? He kept silent. Why? He didn't want to say yes and he didn't want to say no. Yeah? Not going to either extremes. Being equanimous. Being with what is. If I experience God through my own meditation, I will find the answer. Get it through your own experience. That is how Buddha taught. Yeah? So he kept silent when people asked, is there God? So people just assumed that he does not believe in God. Yes? But which is not true. You get it? So now homework number 6. Lots of homework today for you. Yeah? You observe. Where do you get lost in right and wrong? Raga and Dvesha till now we understood, huh? Right and wrong, yes and no. Can you stop saying yes and can you stop saying no? Both. Just be with what is. Yeah? Let's experiment just for 7 days. Yeah? Just for 7 days. And see how it feels. How would it feel to be like Buddha? Can you be equanimous? Observe. See how your mind will be restless. Oh, I have to say yes. Oh, I have to say no. Oh, how can I not say no? I have to say no right now. This is not right. Yeah? Observe that fire and that restlessness within and that big drama going on inside you. Yeah? Can you maintain equanimity? Can you let that drama just dissolve and melt away and be equanimous? And that's your biggest homework for the week. Yeah? Can you be equanimous? Yeah? And the last sentence, most important. For this worship, one should abandon what is lost. And one should accept and receive what has been obtained without effort. Most important. Yeah, what has come my way has come without effort. Yes, I will accept and receive it. Yeah, and what I lost, I didn't get that job, I didn't get that offer, I didn't get that gulab jam, whatever it is. Yeah, I didn't get that I love you before he stepped out of the door. Or I didn't get that wink, or I didn't get that appreciation, whatever your mind is craving for, all those small little silly things. Yeah? I abandon it. I abandon what is lost. Can you let go of it? That's your biggest homework for the week. Maintain equanimity, come what may. Clear? All good? Yes? I'll see you next week. Yeah? Keep being equanimous. Jai Gurudev.